it's the Powerline shirt for me.
Yeah, it's quality. I love Powerline shirts.
Yeah.
If you gonna get rapper, that's
It's been out once before.
that's deep cut rapper shit right there.
The crowd.
All right.
Who voiced him? Wasn't it somebody? Was it?
Yes, it's a R&B.
Yeah.
Dan, they were just talking about him a few weeks ago.
It wasn't Bobby Brown, was it?
Was it Tevin?
Tevin, was it?
Was
Yes.
it Tevin Campbell?
Tevin Campbell.
Tevin Campbell,
Wow.
correct.
I'd be knowing.
All right, Kortney, you want to go ahead and introduce us while we're...
Welcome to episode 47, season 2 of Bad Guys and Bourbon. Let's give ourselves a round of applause. We made it. 1 year anniversary of our return.
Very good. That was very nice.
Thank you.
That was very nice.
I've been seeing you guys for a year now.
Yeah, it's been a solid year.
Did you buy me anything nice?
No, I did not. I actually did not know about the anniversary until just a few hours ago.
Typical man.
Yeah, that's right. This week, something very special to
I don't know about that.
to kick off, our second year.
Rapper whiskey.
Says the world as you define it on the back of the bottle. Mercer Prince. No, wait.
Mercer and
Mercer
Prince.
and Prince. Label's a little misleading. Josh, maybe you can look this up for us.
Yeah, love to.
Get any kind of interesting little tidbits. But this is Aesop Rocky's whiskey. Is that right? You bought this. You picked this up. Did I say that
Aesop.
right?
Right off the bat, this is what you see.
Awesome.
And I hate it.
ASAP?
Oh, this is going to get
ASAP?
interesting. ASAP.
What'd I say?
Oh, yeah.
ASAP, like,
Yeah.
I need your resignation ASAP.
Okay. So ASAP Rocky.
ASAP Rock.
ASAP Rocky.
Yeah.
This is his
That's his shit.
this is his beverage.
I thought it was fitting, being that she's Rihanna's baby daddy. So, yeah. So,
It all comes full circle.
there we go.
All right,
the Super
so
Bowl. So,
there's a little bit of a magic trick to this, if you will. The top and the bottom
cups.
serve as cups. Little square cups.
I said it pre-production. This is very much some on the block drinking shit, sitting
Now-
out in lawn chairs
Normally,
They've got a diagram, like a rough
of how to drink it.
Their design, their
That
initial
was
design for the
fucking,
cup.
a lot of R&D.
What is what is that? The patent.
There's also
Normally-
a picture of him drinking out of one of the cups. So
I say we do
Testing
one
it.
sip out of the cup and then we just get rid of it.
Normally, there's a little bit of a pop that we do with the cork top, but
But nah, it's
this
a twist off.
Wow.
is a real twist off.
Some real 4G's liquor shit right there.
Yeah. Interestingly enough, as I pass this around, you guys can all experience this. Not a very secure top. It really only threads once. Like it's very.
Oh, no.
It was loose when I grabbed it. Oh, we're drinking out of these square things.
Just one sip. I don't want to drink. I'm not going to get a good taste. I feel. Oh my! That looks. I'm sorry. That looks terrible.
Be careful now because it's a little mid-heavy. Ooh, wait a minute. That smells like soap. It smells a little bit like soap.
soap.
It does smell like soap.
It's very floral. It's very floral, and
I'm gonna fill my cup.
yeah, pass that around because everybody needs to just get a little bit of a whiff on that.
This bottle.
You're really committing to it.
This bottle is
It's a solid pour.
It's not
It doesn't feel great in the hands.
ergonomically.
Yeah, it doesn't feel great in the hands.
It doesn't pour right.
So far, low marks on
Come on,
bottle
ASAP.
design
Yeah,
and the low marks on
Don't
smell.
spill it
Oh,
on
I'm
your
sorry.
MacBook.
I'm not even paying attention.
You're trying to prevent from
I hope-
spilling it.
you would just do it this way?
Yeah.
Damn, Josh.
I'm stupid.
Josh just poured himself a liter's worth of cola over here in his glass. My
Josh
gosh.
is poured for a hard day.
Yeah.
I was just watching the way it poured and then realized what I was pouring.
Yeah, that's tough.
Here you go, back in.
All right, so let's get that back up here,
It
front and
does smell
center.
like-
I'll put
it-
this little lid on. I actually didn't pass the lid around, but you see what I'm saying.
It does smell like soap.
It smells like hot apple cider.
It's very odd.
It's very fragrant.
Very odd.
And
I gotta
none of the-
drink
none
out of
of the
this-
smells are reminiscent
This
of
box.
whiskey.
All right, so we'll take some
Box
time.
cup.
We'll
It
take some
should've been a
time and
circle.
we'll savor this. They probably did the square rectangular design because it probably packs and ships better. is my
Better.
guess.
There you go.
Yeah. All right. While we're letting that
This is
ruminate,
useless.
Yeah. Well,
Sorry.
try to give it a fair shot.
I did.
Let's kick off this week with what's at the forefront of everyone's mind:
Rihanna.
aliens.
Yeah. Oh yeah, because it's shooting shit out of the sky.
They're shooting stuff out of the sky on a daily basis. Now, Josh, as our resident expert in spy balloon technology.
Here.
All right.
Okay.
Have you been following this at all?
I've been watching a lot of shoot downs.
You've been watching a lot of shoot downs.
Yeah, a lot of shoot downs.
What's been your source of information? Still CNN?
Reddit, really Reddit, a lot of Reddit.
Okay, so we're on the ground. This is grassroots information.
Yeah, exactly right.
Do you have any idea what we're blasting out of the sky? Because we got some stuff in Alaska, right? Then we had an episode in Montana, as far as I recall, and then there was something that got shot down over Michigan.
Yep, that's right.
So there's
people are concerned.
And according to White House officials at the time, it was not related to the Chinese government. At least these objects were not in their estimations.
Yep.
And they were not balloons.
Is this an airspace crackdown? Is what we're really? Is
I
this
don't
a
know.
war against?
What are they? A lot of good questions here.
Yeah. So let's start there. Any reliable resources on what we're looking at?
You know, I really don't. No, I'm pretty useless.
I saw some information regarding altitude. One of the objects was shot down. I think it was at 20,000 feet.
Wow, that's pretty low, right?
That's less significantly lower than the Chinese spy balloon.
Yeah, you skydive at 10,000.
Is that right?
Mm-hmm. Significantly lower, yeah.
Yeah.
But still an unusual height. It's not like we're looking at like a civilian drone, for example.
Right.
20,000 feet
unlikely.
It's still still high, right?
Yeah,
we doing any type of balloon surveillance at 20,000 feet? We doing any kind of aerial photography?
I mean, you could actually do aerial photography, but you wouldn't do it on like a balloon or something the size of a balloon.
Right.
Yeah,
so they're claiming.
The report that I saw said it was roughly 3 times smaller than the balloon.
Right.
And the balloon was sizable, right?
Sure. But also at that altitude, at 20,000 feet, it would be significantly smaller.
Yeah.
Right? Not as
Wouldn't
much
need
more
to be
air
as
pressure,
big.
much more
Wouldn't need to
ambient
be
air
as big.
pressure.
Okay.
Right.
It's more girthy.
I mean, it could be. It could be more girthy.
No insights on whether or not we're staring at a civilian project, another government.
No, and
does it seem odd?
And and I'll be honest with you, I'm also really behind on this. I'll see news of it and I'll become desensitized.
So
to
you're
it.
not tracking
I've
this
just scrolled
closely.
past it. No. I did just find a pretty good NPR article that details each one, size, shape, altitude, what it was shot down with.
Oh, no kidding.
What it was shot down.
What the press said, what the White House has said.
Yeah.
So I'm now kind of catching up as we're
All
doing
right,
this
take
here.
a second and peruse
Yep.
that. Now, Kortney, alien invasion.
What about it?
Let's just say we're in the midst of one now.
We're not going to make it.
You're not going to make it.
I'm going to make it.
You're going to make it.
We as a people are not going to make it.
Got you. So what's your go-to move in the wake of an alien invasion? What do you do? Like, what's the first thing you do beyond I'm assuming you're going to secure the family.
Yeah.
Or maybe you're just going to cut and run. I don't know. No judgment. I'm assuming that you're going to do that.
Isaiah,
step
we
one.
talked about this
Step 1.
on the ride here. I was like, I'm ready for the apocalypse.
Okay, so what is
Step 1,
step 1?
we core household.
Yeah. So you're talking people in your house.
Everyone, we got to,
If you're not in the house, you're out.
you're out.
You're
But
out.
if you live in the house,
Yeah.
you got to get to the house.
Okay.
From there,
What's the timeline on that? You giving people like a half hour, 20 minutes? I mean, you might not have a half
it's hard
hour,
to evaluate.
But sure.
Right? Because you don't know it. Like, the aliens are here, but they're in like Nebraska. It's like,
Yeah.
oh, all right, it's getting serious.
It doesn't
guys.
seem like
Let's-
a mass invasion. It
Right.
seems like they're kind of sending down a few boys.
you
right
know,
now.
if it's some, it really depends. If it's Mars attacks and they're just all over the place,
War of the Worlds,
we're
gotta go.
we're shooting our way out, and we're getting to
Gotta
woods, water.
Yeah, I was thinking about this a little bit, and I felt like the water offers very little coverage. I feel like zombie invasion, water's not a terrible idea.
No, not.
Alien invasion, I feel like you got to go woods.
Gotta go woods.
Got to go somewhere where you have a little cover. You
Yeah.
can't be totally exposed. I mean, if you're out
They'll
in the
just
water,
drop down on you.
you can be seen from miles away.
Yeah,
You're really only protected from what's on the
I got to
ground.
be honest. I'm probably more prepared for zombies than I am aliens.
Most people are.
Yeah.
I would think that's a safe bet.
Because I'm gonna be
General
honest, if
population.
the aliens got here before we got to them, they got the drop.
Yeah. Well, that's the scenario I'm pitching you. We're
Yeah.
not invading their planet.
I think we're done for,
Yeah.
and you just live in the basement.
So you're hitting. So So you're staying in the basement.
No, okay. So
You went
I don't
from
wanna- I'm
you've
not
got
gonna
a half hour to get here.
give away. I gather
You
my.
don't want to tell us your plans.
I don't know. I mean, you guys are welcome.
I mean, I'm not saying that I'm going to like come to your house.
You should.
Okay, why is that?
I'm armed and dangerous.
For an alien invasion.
Ain't too
the
many gonna play with
fact-
us?
Huh?
Ain't too many gonna play with us?
I feel
I'm
like
ready.
knowing you, the fact that you're armed is what makes you dangerous. It's not
Not together.
not the way you would expect.
Sure.
We got to shoot our way out, man. We got to
I
get
feel
to
like
safety.
But I'm feeling
But
as
I
if
don't think we
stage
can-
one is evasiveness though, right?
Yeah, you
Chances
gotta-
are you're making a move for something before you start shooting your way out. If you like leave if you leave your house and you're shooting your way out, you're
you're
not
done.
leaving your house.
Yeah, you're done
Yeah,
for.
yeah. So the guns are really
When it gets to that point, that's why I'm saying like with aliens, if they got here to us before we got to them, we're done. Like
Yeah.
there's really no, it's just
Well,
really
let's say
how
you-
long we can survive this.
let's say you've got the family, you're in the car. Where are we going?
To my brother-in-law's house. He's a doomsday preparer. We're ready.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So he's got like a bunker.
He
His
doesn't have
house
a-
is fortified.
but we're ready. It's
You don't-
more secure than
you
my
don't have
house.
to give us the blueprint.
I live in like a cul-de-sac. His house is like isolated
Okay.
and ready,
Way out.
and he's more armed and dangerous than I am. And that's the plan.
Has he been that way for a long time, or is it like the last few years have inspired
Pandemic.
him?
Pandemic.
Did it.
Made him stir crazy.
Yeah, really buckled down.
Yeah, he really
I
got
love the idea of it. I would 100% be a doomsday preparer
Yeah.
if I lived in a situation that was conducive to that. I'm in the middle of it all here.
And he's less than 7 minutes from my
So-
crib. Like boom, boom, uppercut.
there's no reason to fortify my house here. I'm too exposed.
Oh, you're done. You're cooked.
Yeah. So there's no reason for me to prepare.
And it's a church right there. If they hate
Yeah.
religion, oh,
I'm just checked out initially. I would have to be off the grid. I'd have to have a house that's off the grid in order for me
Yeah.
to feel like stockpiling supplies
Yeah,
and weapons
yeah.
would be beneficial. That's maybe I could like build like a go car, like a
a car to just
SUV
get, and
that's
just get out of
fortified,
there. Yeah.
stocked with ammunition, weapons.
Like the
Yeah.
killdozer. You remember a few years ago that
Yeah.
guy that put the
Yeah.
concrete and the
Thing.
steel and
Yeah,
shit
yeah,
around
yeah.
the bulldozer?
Yeah, man. I don't know, man. I'm not prepared for aliens. Their technology, if they got here before us, their technology way surpasses us, and
Oh yeah, there's no chance.
there's
I
no
don't
chance
think.
of survival. Like
It would be kind of hilarious if they did show up in droves trying to take over, but they turned out to be like super inferior to us.
super stupid.
Like
Sure,
they just,
like
and
the
like-
like the what's the
Mars Attacks?
Sigourney Weaver movie? Tim Allen. Never give up, never surrender.
Galaxy Quest.
Galaxy
yeah.
Quest,
Yeah.
right.
They just drop down here and they're just like
They have
really
no idea what to do. They
very
just,
ill prepared.
they actually got here by accident.
Yeah.
Like we were just like
So got here one walk.
they needed to pee,
Yeah.
and they just took the closest exit, and it was Earth.
Yeah.
Yeah, cone heads.
So back to the things in the air, the things that are flying around.
Well, we're flying around.
We're flying around.
God rest.
I'm assuming that there
Rest
are
in
more
peace.
of these up there.
Maybe
I would
Sure.
guess that an alien invasion, if it were to start, you would get a couple of boys that would drop down out of the sky. Let's just see what happens. Let's float around. Little in your face recon. See, I mean, maybe they don't shoot us down. Maybe we can go lower. Maybe we can get closer.
Sure.
It's like the Signs thing, right? If you ever saw the movie Signs,
Yeah.
where they like send out a few boys initially just to see what happens.
Yeah.
Just to kind of establish the ground game.
Let you know they're there.
Yeah, some scouts.
And some scouts.
Mm-hmm.
So this could be a scouting situation.
Could be.
Don't know.
Why
if you're
is it
dealing-
only happening here? Now, I guess that it could be. It could be that this is the only place we're hearing about it, right?
Yeah,
But,
this could be happening in like France.
like maybe the
Italy.
U.S. has kind of gotten effed so much, so that because somebody saw it prior to them announcing it or
or
taking
they're
it
all
down,
just
now
being
they've
launched
got
from American soil.
Well, that's my thing, right?
So you're saying most people, not most people, some people with the correct equipment. Can I go to Home Depot and do this?
Amazon.
Amazon.
He got to leave his house.
You don't even have to. Yeah, right.
boom,
Well, you
boom.
might have to walk out in that yard.
Yeah.
maybe.
Yeah. Because I need like
But-
an unobstructed launch point.
Sure.
But like I could send something up to
Yeah.
20,000 feet,
Yeah, easy.
moderate
Easy breezy.
size.
Yep.
And I'm just sending up a balloon, really. I mean, a minor payload.
How many
Or no
balloons?
payload, you know?
All right,
But we're
civilian
assuming
doing
there was
this.
something there, no?
Are these-
Well, the one over Lake Huron, they said that it didn't appear to have one, but
See, this is the thing. They're acting very odd with all this. We
Yes.
don't know where they came from. We don't know
Yes,
who they are. We don't
right.
know
So
what
we're just
they
shooting
are.
down.
I'm surprised
We're
that
just
no
shooting.
amateur has figured this out yet. There's got to be some amateur with the technology. There's nerds everywhere. They abound,
But
right?
that's the
Oh,
thing.
absolutely.
Maybe those people are getting too close.
Sure.
And then they're just,
Right.
you
And
know,
they're ex people.
they're getting
right.
ghosted.
Right.
Are we dealing with like balloons from like the movie Up or like
This is like a specialty balloon.
special balloons?
Did you just ask me whether people are tying hundreds of balloons to their house?
In theory, though, it's possible.
Is it?
Definitely possible. It could have just been a gender reveal. I mean,
There you go.
Who knows,
Gone-
guys?
yeah,
they're
gone
getting
wrong.
out of hand.
They are.
Now I just want to go to Party City and buy as many balloons as I can, and just let them go.
Did you know that that's actually against the law in Maryland now?
Oh, 'cause
as
of
of
the helium?
last year?
Yeah.
No, because of the pollution.
To let balloons
200.
go.
I think it's a $250 fine if you intentionally let a balloon go.
Wow.
How is this enforced?
Instagram.
Yeah.
Do you know how many idiots put all their crimes on Instagram?
You're absolutely correct.
Yeah.
It's
Sorry I
easy.
asked.
Hell yeah.
I'm sorry I asked.
All right. So we have really no updates or revealing details on
No.
the alien invasion thus
Not
far.
that I know of.
Still waiting for one to basically run through the backyard
Yep, correct.
before we can really make
I
any
hope, they're,
kind of
I hope they're
commitments.
stupid. I hope they just got it. Yeah, about it.
If they're in our airspace.
Speaking
then-
of run through the backyard, do you remember a few years ago the balloon that was over Aberdeen Proving Ground? That they had it was tethered
Yeah.
and it had radar experiments and tests and whatever on it.
Okay.
And it broke loose of its tether. And obviously this huge balloon has so much helium or hydrogen or whatever lift material and all this payload that the cable is huge. And it broke loose in a storm and was just dragging its cable, and they couldn't get it down until it was like 70 miles into Pennsylvania, and it just dug up. It took power lines down, and it just as this cable swept across the
I got
ground.
drunk and did that in college once.
What part of it?
Dragged my cable.
This guy. This guy.
Great.
All right.
All right.
Well, we'll bring updates to you on a weekly basis.
Yep, as we get them.
As long as we're all still here and able.
Yep. we haven't been
The,
taken away
the
in a
invasion
hood.
has not gone well so far. All right, let's talk a little bit about this drink. Let's just
Mercer
get this out of
Prince.
the way. I got to be honest. The smell is overwhelming.
Yes.
It smells like hand.
It smells like hand soap. Yeah.
smells like hand.
It smells like some dial push foam soap.
It smells like a hotel bathroom in Ocean City, like a little,
Not Ocean City.
like wall soap pump dispenser.
But
But what?
the taste.
And drinking out of this is impossible.
That's it. I put that down. That's impossible.
It's a flat surface that's just way wider than your mouth,
You've got to go for the corner. That's really
Yeah,
the
man,
only
that's
which
doable.
is so awkward.
Yep.
yeah.
It feels so
It's not
weird.
pleasant. I got
No,
pissed off as soon
This
as I
is
tried it.
horrible.
Tasting notes.
It looks like you're drinking communion when you're drinking out of that little corner.
It looks like you're drinking hand soap.
Yeah. God. All right. Tasting notes. You seemed to be going in a more positive direction.
I'm not. Yeah, I thought it was gonna be like incredibly hard.
Yeah.
Don't be
because of-
nice because it's Black History Month.
I I'm surprised. It is not as bad as I thought it was gonna be.
It says that this is influenced by Japanese
Yeah.
Mizunara
Yeah. Mizunara.
oak. Now, Japanese Mizunara oak. Is that just like a
It
flavor
reminds me.
profile? Is that a tree?
It
What is
reminds me
that?
of the noble oak, which I didn't like, and I this kind of has kind of the same kind of flavor profile for me.
I'm assuming it's just
which is
casks.
It's a
made
tree,
of this.
correct.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Casks made
That's
of this.
correct.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. I'm not in love with it.
No,
I'm gonna be
I'm
honest.
not in love
I'm not
with
in love with it. It is very. I feel like it's very floral. It is sweet.
Yeah.
It's not. Does not have like an incredibly bad bite or anything. I would say it's kind of easy to drink if you like the odd flavors.
that's what it
within.
is. It's smooth with odd flavors.
Yeah.
that's the that's
website indicates the tasting notes here are a complex profile with fruit aromas on the nose,
Yeah.
smooth vanilla and caramel notes on the palate, layered with intense hints of baked apple and cinnamon from the Japanese Mizunara oak influence, which I think is fairly
It's-
accurate.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
probably
fairly
not
accurate.
a huge miss. Yeah,
Yeah.
on that front, I would say that's relatively accurate.
It's
But I don't know if I would go for a second bottle, if I'm being honest.
nah. This was a novelty.
I'm gonna, if I can, just read you
Please.
from the website here.
Let's go.
There's a page here called The Origin, and it's got several photos, text photo, and then reverse. The Journey. What is it? How do I say his name?
ASAP.
Mr.
Rocky.
ASAP. Okay.
Yes, Mr.
ASAP Rocky embarked on a self-discovering journey in spirits which led to a deep fascination and appreciation for the traditional distilling practices of whiskeys from around the world. He later realized, now this is the part that I am trying to focus on here. Tell me if this makes sense. He later realized that not only does he have the knowledge and passion for whiskey to create an incredible liquid that honors the traditional practices while fusing them together to disrupt an otherwise traditional industry.
There's no commas in there.
There is a comma, but it says not only does he have, but it doesn't say what else he has, because the next section continues on about him respecting tradition.
So it
and
never
blah, blah,
says,
blah.
okay.
The sentence is very
odd.
terrible.
It's a
It's like
very
nobody
odd
read it.
So
Yeah.
so there's no ad edit.
Their
there.
copy editor.
Yeah.
Like the
Well,
chat
ASAP
GPT sentence.
Well, ASAP Rocky respects all the traditional rules and practices of making whiskey individually. He always
disagree
wondered
on the
why they
glass
couldn't be
situation.
mixed.
So that's the premise behind it. He's mixing distilling styles that he thinks taste good.
True pioneer in the industry.
Sorry.
Yep.
I would say.
Keep at it though, buddy. You're on the right
mean, you
path.
have a whiskey,
Yeah,
so
you have a whiskey.
You're doing something right.
But
Yeah,
this,
you had a whiskey that people thought was good enough to sell. So
yeah,
here
yeah.
we are. Here we
It's-
are.
I can say this: we are hard whiskey drinkers. For someone who is not, this has like that sweet aroma, that sweet flavor. I can see a lot of women liking this.
Okay.
My wife might like this. Doesn't really. It's like I said, it's very soft to drink.
Yeah.
Doesn't have a lot of bite. Just really too sweet for me.
Yeah, the floral notes really are off-putting for me. Like every time I go to take a sip of it, it feels like I'm.
That's how I felt about the Noble Oak. This is kind of in the same kind
same
of.
vein.
it's once again one of those whiskeys that makes me think this is what people think whiskey tastes like.
Yeah. This
Yep.
is not. Yeah, this
But
is
it's
not what whiskey
not
tastes
what
like.
whiskey tastes like.
This tastes like cognac, to be honest.
It tastes like it wants to be cognac, but
Yeah.
it's too sweet.
He should have just made it a cognac because this tastes like cognac.
If I can, one more here.
Yeah. Please
There's
do.
another link on the website. A featured page for Vessel.
What's that?
The bottle.
The bottle.
It includes 3 drawings, as we saw in architectural
Vessel,
and
gotcha,
patent
okay.
drawings, right?
Slow moment.
Aesthetically, ASAP Rocky wanted the bottle to be a piece of art or an elevated piece of interior design for your home or bar cart while having a functional merit. It is the tastemaster in him to innovate and push boundaries. So not only is the bottle able to rest on its side, but it also has 2 removable acrylic cups. So no matter where you are, you can raise a glass with a friend.
Oh, okay. It should have just been round. It should have just been round, right? Like it's just a cylinder.
Yeah, I don't know. About
I'm
that.
not terribly mad at the bottle shape. Not terribly mad. I wish it had a cork, but I'm not mad at it.
Yeah, it should have had a cork
But the bottle shape is odd
and hard to pour because it's not a
because
cylinder.
they're trying to build cups into it, right?
Yes.
Like this by itself is strange looking.
It spilled all over my glass trying to pour.
And really
pour.
the goal of it is less about like aesthetic design, in my opinion. And it's
It's
more
about- it's
about,
about the pour.
How do we make 2 cups, top and bottom?
Yes.
And how do we
Yeah.
get them to click? Because there's like these little notches here that aren't particularly attractive.
Mm-hmm.
To your point, the top, this like not cork thing is not necessarily attractive. The
And it
bottom
took
of
3
it's
people to
odd.
figure out.
And
When
I
I
get
figure
it.
out, like, you were like, "What? I can't open it." And I was like, "I think those are cups."
Like
and
you
then
can
you did
lay
it. You
it,
were like, "Ah, I think
you
these
can
are
lay it
cups."
sideways,
Why
but
would
only
you do that?
but only because they printed the label also
Yes.
sideways.
Yeah. And why would you do that? No other bottle on your bar cart is going to lay sideways.
Who is showing bottles like this?
I'm not.
It
Not on
takes
my
up
bar
too
cart.
much space.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't.
What are those notches on the side?
This is what clips the
No, on the
cup
other
in.
side. The
The
it was just a
notches-
bubble. It was the bubbles. Sorry,
all
when
right.
you were.
Very good. All right, moving on. All right, let's get into these watch lists real quick. Let's knock these out. I don't think they weren't extensive. This
No,
week,
just kinda-
but we did Last of Us. You did
Yes.
that. So episode 5.
Yeah.
Which is I predicted was the closing chapter of Kansas City. So we
Yes.
had episode 4, which was kind of setting that up, and then
Boom.
them getting out. We saw
Still
a lot of
excellent TV.
zombies.
Yeah.
We saw
Yeah. Saw a
couple of-
horde. Nice little horde.
a couple of special ones.
Saw a bloater.
Yep.
Still great TV. And you know, it's just one of those shows. Now I'm at the point, and I guess we're like halfway through the season. I'm like, where is the victory now? Because each episode has just been loss after loss after loss after loss. And it doesn't help that the characters lose so much. You know, Henry, you know, loses his deaf brother who has leukemia to a zombie infection. Like, Jesus.
It's
Christ.
tough. It's tough.
He kills himself.
Spoilers, by the way. For
Yes. I mean, you should
late.
have seen it by now if you're watching this. Because by the time this comes out, the next episode will have come out.
Sure.
I mean, and it also does the thing of humanizing the villain,
Yes.
Kathleen. 'Cause
Yeah, that's a
she's-
very common thread throughout the game.
She gives very much Karen vibes, but then once you understand her motivation for wanting this guy,
Sure.
you're like, oh, come on, Henry. Like, you get it.
Yeah.
You kind of get it.
Everybody's kind of everybody is their own villain, and
Right.
everybody is kind of their own hero at the
You
same
know,
time.
even at a point, Henry says, like, so do you still think I'm a good guy?
Yeah.
Like, for what I did? You know, something like in that, arena. And, you know, I appreciate the storytelling from this perspective because I also have not played the game yet. But you get to learn. You are seeing what's happening from Joel and Ellie's perspective.
Yeah.
Like you're seeing. It's just they had such a moment of calmness being in that bunker, and then they're like, all right, we got to move on, and then they move on, and then the snipers come out. Like, it's just like, damn.
Yeah.
So I thought they were gonna make it, but
lot of
like
ups and downs.
I saw a lot of like The Last of Us. You did it again. 2 weeks back to back. Like I can't keep doing this. I finally got Chanel on board.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah,
Nice.
she like binged like the first couple episodes this week to catch up with me.
It's great.
So we'll watch it. And she was like texting me like, fuck you. Like, why'd you make me watch this? Like, I can't do this. I was like,
So good though.
it's great, right? So
good.
Yeah, man. I'm just, yes, with that said, I'm very much anticipating putting myself through torture on Sunday. So it's great. It's great TV.
That's consistent throughout the games for sure. Speaking of which, you secured your PS5. We saw this. You shared this with the chat. You
Yeah,
posted
shout out
about
to
it.
Chanel.
You pulled that. Very good. Congratulations.
I'm just gonna start speaking my wants into existence on the show.
Yeah, that's
Like,
not a
I'll-
bad idea.
yeah,
I pitched this to Emily too. I was like, "This is how that's working for him." So
See?
what's up?
Right.
You've set it up. I take it. You've got it unboxed.
It's been such a journey because I was a PlayStation guy.
Yeah.
And then one of my good friends went over to Xbox. I got one, you know what I mean, keep up with him. And,
Sure.
And I've been on that Xbox journey for 10 years now. Had a PlayStation 3 for a little while, didn't whatever, and then went back to the Xbox. And there's been so many exclusive games to come out on PlayStation that I wanted to play. And now The Last of Us, I'm like, all right, I've been talking about it. I want to do it.
Got it.
And then she was like, she can't hold water. So we were, chilling, and she's just like, she's one of those people like, you want your gift now? And I was like, yeah, but like, what's up, whatever. And she was like, your PlayStation will be here Monday.
So this was a Valentine's Day gift? Okay, great. All right,
And it's just it was nice to be recognized. My wife knows I do a lot. I put my wants aside. I'm not trying to like big up myself at all.
It's all right.
I'm not that guy.
Take your time, man.
I big up, I put family first. I put my wants aside. If there's something I want, I'll get it later.
Sure.
And, she was listening to the show, and she went ahead and did that for me. So shout out to my wife, Chanel, man. She's awesome.
very
But
cool.
the journey of the PlayStation 5
Yeah.
is amazing. I didn't know what I was missing.
The journey, meaning
Like
getting it set up,
plugging it in. You know,
it's a nice
DualShock
experience.
Sense
Yeah,
controllers,
it's a nice experience.
down to the partnering app.
Yep.
Just everything is much more of a seamless experience than the Xbox. One of my boys, my buddy Duke, I let him know, like, yeah, he was like, yeah, welcome to 2020, bitch. I was like, fuck you.
Yeah.
But like, whatever. But it's just such a, if you're gonna game, like that's it. That's the pinnacle.
You like the user experience.
Yeah,
You're
the
here
user
for it.
experience is
All right.
amazing. Yeah.
So what is the first game we booted up?
It came with God of War, Ragnarok.
Yeah, so you're diving into that a little bit.
Yeah, so
Okay.
I'm like a quarter. I spent about 6 hours on that.
Yeah, invested a little time
Yeah,
there.
I'm about a quarter of the way. I thought that would be a good game to get acclimated with, especially like as far as like the graphics and everything. And I'm gaming on a monitor, not a TV.
Yeah.
So I'm a little more immersed. I'm closer.
Okay.
Graphics are great. It's just a great experience, man, all around.
right. I love that.
Oh, and then I did the remote play with the iPad Pro.
Yep. That's working well.
I did remote play with Xbox. It's just
Not good.
It's a little laggy. You know, you hit click left and then they turn left. I'm doing it with the PS remote play. And you turn left and you turn left. So it's
Hell yeah.
yeah, man. It's
Just
awesome.
dope.
So,
Very good. All right.
but
Down to
then
the
you
last of
were
us.
saying
Let's
you
get
wanted
going.
like a Lamborghini or something, right? Like you
What?
want a Lamborghini, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So I mean,
Yeah.
hopefully Emily listens to this and
She won't.
damn.
No, but I'll let her know that we made the
Anybody else want anything?
I'll let her know
Put it
that
out
we
there.
made the request. And we'll see what happens. Watch list, coming full circle, going back to that. I don't think we overlapped on anything else. Run through my real quick. I had, I think, two other things on there. The Servant was one.
Yeah, Servant's been on there.
And,
the hatchet wielding hitchhiker.
The hatchet wielding
And
hitchhiker.
then The Last of Us.
Yeah, so the hatchet wielding hitchhiker, that's on Netflix. It's a documentary. It's like a 90-minute documentary on a
That's good.
homeless guy who at a time went viral, very famous. He was a hitchhiker, and this scenario unfolds where the driver of the car he is hitchhiking within starts attacking this other person, and he gets out and hits him over the head with a
with the hatchet.
with an axe, essentially, a couple
Yeah.
times. And basically saves this woman who's being attacked. And he kind of becomes this hero, and he is ultimately like a nomad and disappears. Again, he is homeless. And he goes viral online over this story. And basically everybody tries to like hunt him down and try to
find
basically
him,
figure out
yeah.
who he is.
Wow.
And then that unfolds into this guy's own true crime situation that he gets wrapped up into. So there's multiple layers to it. It's very interesting. It's a quick watch. Like I said, it's 90 minutes. It's not like a multi-part series or anything. It's an easy thing to do on a weeknight. It's not particularly compelling or riveting, I don't think, in a remarkable way. It's like I said, it's a fine 90 minutes. But yeah, if you've got nothing going on and you're looking for some true
So
crime
he
stuff, it's
commits
worth
this
watching.
murder and just runs off into the woods again.
So he doesn't commit a murder. He doesn't actually kill the guy that he like hatchets in the back of the head. He basically breaks up this attack, more or less. The cops arrest the guy that was beating up on this woman, take him to the hospital because he's got axe wounds in his head.
Okay.
And this guy that saved the woman that broke this up, who was this guy's hitchhiker, just kind of disappears. He does a news interview real quick while all this is kind of like being
Unfolding,
resolved,
yeah.
and then he disappears kind of shortly thereafter. So the cops are looking for him. They don't know where he went. Ultimately, they do want to talk to him.
Right.
That's a part of the that's a part of the movie as well, kind of how that all transpires. But yes, I never remembered the story. I don't ever remember him being viral. I have seen a few of the memes, and I did like I was a little bit familiar with some of that stuff after that. They go through all of that obviously in the documentary, so you kind of get hip to all that. Like I said, worth a watch, but I wouldn't rush out and make a big deal about it. It's an enjoyable little true crime thing. Not bad.
He both looks in the photo from the news interview and kind of his story and the way he seemed, like I imagine he acts. It kind of reminds me of the hide your kids, hide your wife guy.
Yeah.
You know?
Let me see.
Yes.
My God.
Oh, he's
He's black?
No,
Oh.
he's not.
no.
Oh.
No.
No.
I'm about to say
He's a
that's-
very, he's
But
a
the,
very
but the
low
Hatchet
guy.
Kid's Hatchet Wife guy, I think, is where it has like a do-rag on, I think. Or maybe he's got big, I can't remember
He's
what his
wearing a
hair
bonnet.
looks like.
He's a bonnet guy. He was definitely a man wearing a bonnet.
Well, then he became a gay porn star. Do you remember that?
No,
The
no,
Hatchet Kid's
did
Hatchet
not.
Wife guy? That's,
No.
that's the absurdity here. Like, this guy is, you know, the hero and then goes on to murder somebody. And
I
this
thought
Hatchet Kid's
Kortney was
Hatchet
reaching
Wife
for
guy,
his phone to like pull this up.
the Hatchet
No.
Kid's
For a
Hatchet
second.
Wife guy is
I do
like,
not want that in my search history.
don't be raping people. And then he becomes a gay porn star.
It's full circle.
And he uses the same kind of thing.
Yeah.
This guy says,
They out here. They out here.
yeah, that's correct. The hitchhiker here has used the fame made me do it kind of excuse. And
That's right.
What's his name?
And now he's
did
doing
basically
porn.
the same thing. So
And then Servant, I've been continuing that.
Yeah.
Most everything else has been postponed a week because of the Super Bowl. So
Yeah.
your watch list I thought was relatively short as well. I think you
Same,
had the same
yeah,
kind of stuff
same
on
stuff,
there
yeah.
that you did last week.
Shrinking,
Any
Last
big
of
updates you want
Us,
to throw out there before we move on to news?
Abbott. Nah, Super Bowl. Spent majority so we got to see Last of Us early on Friday.
Yep.
Super Bowl sports.
you did add Abbott just this morning. Do
Yeah,
you want to
I
talk
had-
about that at all?
I had to catch up on 2 episodes. They had the Valentine's Day episode, and then there was the fundraiser episode, and it's just ridiculous.
Yep.
Again, it's The Office in an elementary school. They get mad. Well, one of the it's based in Philadelphia, so like one of the fathers comes to the school because one of the teachers is like a young white gay guy, and the father's like, I don't want this white guy teaching my son Black History on Black History Month. And the principal is a ridiculous. She's kind of in vein of like Michael Scott. Like she should not have this job.
Yeah.
She's like shadowing as like a influencer online. She's ridiculous.
Yeah.
And it does the Office thing. I think they do have like some of the same writers. It does the Office thing where she is ridiculous, but everyone still has a moral compass. So she goes and she sits in the class. Mm-hmm. And come to find out, like, this young gay white guy teaches.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh,
We good. He actually doesn't just teach Black history during Black History Month. Like, he teaches Black history to these kids all year, and she defends him to the teacher when he comes back. And she's just like, it's a shame because you hot. Like, she's ridiculous. She's like, it's a shame you're so ignorant because you hot. Like, but it's good, man. It's just easy. It's 20 minutes. Yeah. So,
All right. Moving on to news, we have the Super Bowl on here, and we'll talk about some various aspects of the Super Bowl real quick.
Full circle.
I listed all the trailers
yeah.
that premiered in the Super Bowl. So what we'll do, Josh, you're going to run down this list.
great.
And we're going to just do hot takes just because there's a lot of trailers. And
Certainly.
we still have some news, so we don't want
Yeah.
to get too wrapped up in this.
You was doing a thumbs up, thumbs down for the trailers?
We can say more than that,
All right,
probably.
all right.
That'll be too quick, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, there's
Plus, anybody that's listening is not going to really be able to see our thumbs.
11. There's 11 of them.
Yeah. All right. So let's start with the top
Start
one.
at the top.
First one,
Yep.
and just hot takes on the trailer. I'm assuming you've seen it. If you've not seen the trailer,
I think I've seen all the
let
trailers.
me know because I watched them all, so I can speak.
I think I've seen all of them.
All right, first one, Indiana Jones Dial of Destiny.
Saw that.
Now, they did a short one. There was a teaser, which is what played during the
Prior.
Super Bowl. And then they did a full length one. If you went online, you could watch the full length trailer.
No, I just saw the teaser. The
teaser.
Didn't go online.
Okay. The teaser I thought was not all that great. It
Okay.
did not excite me. The
Yeah.
full length one, a little bit more intrigue, a little bit more.
Of what's going on.
Yeah, you get a little bit more of the story.
Okay.
I don't know. It's tough for me. I'm afraid that
This is your franchise, though. Like,
I'm nervous that this is going to be a miss. They recently said that this is the most expensive film Disney has made.
What?
$300 million, which I thought was weird, but because given the Avatar thing, but they must be breaking Avatar down over multiple movies because they filmed more than one at a time.
I'm not convinced.
So this is the
Indiana
most
Jones
expensive
5
movie they've made,
is
according
ever-
to Disney.
Is going to make. I'm not convinced it's going to make $300 million.
I don't know. It's really tough to say. This
Like-
is going to be a review. Reviews are going to be very important for this. If it gets a really, really good reviews, people will go see this. If it doesn't, people will pass. I don't know if Harrison Ford has the. It's not
The
Tom
draw.
Cruise. You know what I mean?
Yeah, the draw. 80-year-old Harrison Ford has
Yeah.
the draw for $300
Yeah,
million.
no disrespect. I just don't know if he pulls the crowd. I don't know if he pulls the numbers, but check the full length trailer out. I would say I'm very skeptical about it, but the full length trailer online is much better than the teaser.
Okay.
All right, The Flash.
Okay. The Flash. So I've been trashing The Flash for a very long time.
Both of us, absolutely.
As you know, that tune is not changing for me.
Not.
But I very much understand why they did not cancel this.
Absolutely.
100% understand why they did not cancel it.
I see why James Gunn is standing behind this film just from the trailers. Now, it could come out and this movie could absolutely be terrible.
Could be bad.
Right?
Sure.
But this is probably one of the best trailers I've seen since maybe Infinity War, right? Like, I haven't seen something so amazing in a 2-minute and 30-second clip, like montage of a movie.
It is fan service kind
All
of
the way.
constantly.
Yeah,
every single scene
yeah.
is really playing to, I feel like,
They did some
a trope,
de-aging with Michael Keaton.
Yeah.
Apparently he's going to be the same Batman he was from the 80s. He's going to be de-aged. It's just so much happening. The story is the Flashpoint paradox from the comic books, where Flash breaks the Speed Force. Basically, it's the equivalent to going, what do you call it?
Past the light speed.
Light speed, past light speed. And it basically enters him into the time stream. And he can kind of run. If he goes fast enough, he can run in the speed of light into a different time.
Yeah.
And he runs into a different universe or time. If you're listening to the dialogue in the trailer, and he kind of breaks through up into a world where his mother is still alive.
Yeah.
But by doing that, it causes different repercussions and stuff like that.
Yeah. So we see a lot of like familiar faces kind of popping
A lot of
back up.
people. Ben Affleck was in it as Batman.
Yeah.
Then we
General
get Michael.
Zod.
Yeah, we get Zod back. So a lot of callbacks. James Gunn says this is going to reset the DC universe, which I can see. So I see why they didn't get rid of it. He said this is probably going to be the best comic book movie of all time. I'm still not on the Ezra Miller train. This dude should be in jail. But it's the catch-22. Like, this movie looks absolutely incredible. The lead actor is a piece of shit. So it's just one of those things.
It's the age-old conundrum.
Yeah. It's like, do I support this movie because I'm a comic book enthusiast and I want to see how great this is? Or, do I really want to put money in Ezra Miller's pocket?
I mean, if it comes out and it is what they say,
it
is the best comic book movie of all time.
Do you buy a Tesla when you think Elon Musk is a piece of shit?
Does it reset?
Does he? He hasn't abused children that we know of.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Fair.
Yeah.
But again, if it comes out, it is super successful. It is as good as they're saying it is going to be. Does it reset your expectations of Ezra Miller? Like, does he get a little bit of a clean slate, or are you somebody who's kind of like, you're out for me?
I'm kind of, this is, for lack of better words, is, a comedy podcast. Like, we joked about the whole Ezra Miller update stuff, and of course it's lighthearted. But I don't think what he did was lighthearted. Like, he's accused allegedly of a lot of crazy,
100%.
terrible things, and so I can't advocate that. So yeah, again, it's rough. I mean, maybe Josh can put it on Plex.
So you don't have to pay for it.
So I don't have to pay for it. I can still watch
You can
it.
live with it that way.
Yeah, I can. My moral compass
That I've
is-
legally acquired and
because we got screeners.
licensing properly.
Yeah.
So
of
it's on Josh's shoulders. he bears the weight. But so you're excited for it. It doubled. It
Oh man, it
doubled
looks
down for you.
amazing.
Yeah,
It looks
you're-
amazing.
You're in.
Yeah.
All right. It did look good. I will say the trailers did look good. That trailer looked good. I felt like I'm a little tired of seeing all of these people, if I'm being honest. I didn't need to see Michael Keaton again as the Batman. I'm not trying to be shitty about that. I'm not that excited. It's fine. I don't need to see Ben Affleck as Batman again.
No.
I don't need that. I don't need to see General
And I
Zod
thought they
again.
were cut from the movie.
I keep seeing
Yeah.
all of these people that I feel like DC has just been like, I saw the
No.
Zack Snyder version.
They're not coming back, and then we get the trailer for Flash, and then they're in it. It's like, what is really going on?
But I get the fan service thing. All right, moving on. Next
Guardians 3.
one. Guardians 3. Here we go.
Yeah,
You watch that.
yeah.
You
James
enjoyed
Gunn
that.
again.
Looks
He's-
good.
Looks good.
It looks good.
I don't know. We got to see our first look at Adam Warlock, played by can't remember his name. removing me.
Yeah.
But he plays Warlock, and we get to say the gentleman playing High Evolutionary. So we're getting some different elements, some new things to the MCU.
But you're excited about it. Looks good. Trailer lived up to your expectations? No, not so much. Final outing for Guardians.
This is where I'm at, right?
Tell us.
We are now entering, because we got Ant-Man on Friday.
Yes.
Guardians is next.
Yep.
And we're supposed to be entering this new phase 5 of multiverse storytelling. I don't think Guardians is going to tell us anything else. Like,
I mean,
yeah,
I guess we don't
It
know.
looks like it's another movie isolated in their story.
To just the
Just
Guardians
them,
story.
right?
It's a little bit removed from...
Just like Wakanda Forever was. It was really isolated to the Black Panther world, and we're not dealing with the ramifications.
That seems to be a trend,
Yeah.
though. That seems to be a little bit of a trend. I don't know. We'll have to see with the Ant-Man thing. I don't feel like Ant-Man feels very grounded in a phase 5, if I'm being honest. Now, it might, I mean, outside of having, obviously, you know, the new villain that is going to be
So
relevant throughout. But beyond him, it's not like I'm seeing callbacks to other characters.
Yeah.
Like a lot of movies in phase 3, there was a lot of overlap. Everything like tied into everything else.
Talked to each other.
Yeah.
Nothing talked to each other really in phase 4 besides Vibranium.
Yeah, and it seems like phase 5 might suffer from a similar fate. Maybe.
So I don't know. We gotta get there. You know, Feige's come out and said a lot of things that, hang on. We're scaling back to deliver better quality content, I guess. So I don't know, man. Just from the trailers, of course, it looks like I will be entertained. Like, it doesn't look bad. You don't sound
enthused.
I'm not enthused.
Okay,
I will
so you're
go
not
see
enthused about Guardians. It's okay.
Yeah.
It's fine. You don't have to be excited about it.
I love it. I'm just not. I don't know. I'm kind of indifferent right now.
That's fine.
Yeah.
How about Transformers: Rise of the Beasts?
Yeah, Rise of the Beasts.
That looked great.
You thought so?
Yeah, I thought that looked great.
It's amazing that Guardians got a soft hit for you. This is not.
Well, this is kind of like a change of the palette. We haven't got anything Transformers for a while, and.
So you think that the Rise of the Beasts is gonna like?
Well, also, how would you know they're in disguise?
This is true.
Because
You're a big Transformers guy. We talked about this.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you're excited about this.
Transformers.
All right. It's a hard pass for me.
Transformers in general, or
no, on this. On anything after
the Michael Bay stuff.
No, I mean, maybe 1 and 2. Like 1 was great. 2 was fine.
Yeah,
and then
I think
it started
after
getting
2 it really
odd
suffered.
and really weird.
Yeah.
It went way off the rails, but it's Transformers. That's kind of what you have to do. It's like part of the thing. It gets crazy and wild.
Yeah.
But this trailer did not. I thought it was going to be maybe like a little bit of like a reboot, and we'd see some different tone.
Well, it's a sequel from Bumblebee.
Yeah.
And Bumblebee is kind of the reimagining, a soft reboot, same character, but soft reboot of retelling of the Transformers story. A new kind of design of the characters and what have you, which I actually thought was better and kind of more comic book accurate than the Michael Bay stuff.
Yeah.
But I thought the direction of the Beast Wars was going to be more in aligned with the show, the cartoon from when we were kids.
I got you.
And it's not. It's more of we've been here for millions of years, and you guys are just coming here. And the reason you guys are cars is because you scan cars. We look like prehistoric animals because we scanned prehistoric animals. Yeah, so that's the kind of the gist of it. So I don't know.
We'll
see.
It's okay. You can be excited for it. That's fine. All right. Next one. Moving on.
Next one is Scream.
Oh, Scream.
Did I
the
see
new Scream?
Yeah,
with what's her face?
Yes.
Ortega.
Okay. Yeah, we're here. Jenny Ortega. Yes, I saw it. Okay.
Great trailer. Thought it was very good. I loved it. I enjoy Scream. I don't think I saw the last one, if I'm being honest. But this one looked good. I do think that I will catch up, and I would probably check this one out.
Jenny Ortega's hot. She's catching like a lot of steam right now from she did Wednesday, and
it's a big success.
Yeah, big success. So we'll see what she does at the box office. And then she just got announced that she's going to be in something in the MCU.
She's going to be in everything.
Yeah.
I did not see her MCU announcement, but
I want to say it's Daredevil that she got cast as
maybe.
White Tiger in Daredevil. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Very good. Josh looks confused.
Yeah, I'm not seeing that, but I'll
Something-
go with
something
it.
MCU.
So this is a loose rumor.
Yep.
All right.
65.
Oh, 65.
Adam Driver.
Yes.
Love
65 million years ago, he's battling dinosaurs. That's all that I know. It's a very short clip from what I saw. It was like a teaser. It comes out in March, I think.
Yeah,
March
did they
10th.
So
the premise, they go back in time by accident. It looks like the ship was like crashing, and then
Yeah.
they crashed in prehistoric.
yeah, but I don't think there's a full trailer out. So for it to be coming out in March, that's like a few weeks away. I've
Yeah.
only seen the teaser.
I heard about it.
So I don't
Teasers,
really know.
yeah,
I don't
yeah.
really know what the concept is beyond just a couple of shots of him, duking it out with dinos.
I think I read like a tweet thread or something, but the premise is kind of like the interstellar time loop thing. Like they go back in time
yeah.
and they're fighting the dinosaurs and they survive. The people there survive the cataclysmic event that kills the dinosaurs, and then they're the people who bring
Got
people
you.
into fruition of Earth,
Okay.
like something like that. But I have no legs to stand on. That was like a tweet
Again,
thread.
another loose rumor
another loose
from
rumor.
Kortney.
Yeah,
I think the trailer actually came out December 14th.
But this is
The official trailer came out December 14th.
whatever I saw
Yep.
was a Super Bowl.
is this
thing.
straight? The Amazon? Or is this
No.
theaters?
No. I don't think so. It's in theaters. I'm pretty sure.
Adam Driver though, it's my guy. Fuck with Adam Driver.
All right.
All right, Air.
Air. Now, this I do think is an Amazon film, but it is going to
Yeah.
theaters. It is not coming out on Amazon Prime for streaming. But I thought it looked good. This is
Yeah.
another, what is this? Another little buddy project with
Yeah,
Matt Damon and
Ben
Ben
Affleck,
Affleck. They're both in it. And I think Ben Affleck is directing. So
Yeah.
it's a little bit of a...
It has that kind of grainy, the town
yeah.
aspect ratio that he does in his films.
Yeah, it's very in keeping with kind of his
his
style.
thing. Yeah. I mean, I like Michael Jordan sneakers. I like Nikes clearly. So yeah, it looks fun. It
does look good.
It looks kind
looks
of
enjoyable.
Wolf of Wall Street type type of ride. So yeah, I'm with it all the way.
Yeah.
They didn't show Michael Jordan, which I thought was interesting.
Yeah, that's
So
true.
I wonder who's going to play Michael Jordan.
Could he play himself?
He'd
At
age
some
him a
point.
bit. He's 60 years old, I think.
Yeah.
He is not in the film. Neither Michael Jordan nor the character of Michael
Wow.
Jordan.
Interesting.
His parents are though.
yeah.
Like,
Interesting. Okay. All right. Very good.
Probably didn't authorize his likeness to be in the movie.
oh yeah, his likeness costs a lot. He wasn't in video games up until like 10, 15 years ago. He didn't
No,
allow
not
it.
10, 15 years ago.
20 years ago?
No, 5, 6 years ago.
Oh yeah, because EA just had him on the cover.
Yeah,
Like, yeah,
he
he
was on the cover of 2K19, I believe.
Yeah, that's right. He wasn't in the video
2K18 or
games. Yeah.
19.
All right. Very good. Next one.
All right. Strays. Sorry.
Strays. So this is like a Homeward Bound concept, but it's an adult film. So, and by that I mean it's R-rated and it's intended for adults. It's like a bunch of dogs. The movie is of dogs, and they're all talking to each other, trying to do this thing.
okay.
And they're all. Will Ferrell is one of the dogs.
Oh, this is gonna be
Jamie
fun.
Foxx,
Jamie
Will
Foxx.
Forte, Isla Fisher,
Yeah.
Josh Gad.
And they're
Yep.
all like, they're all swearing and doing like, adult
stuff, yeah.
dog themed things. So it's like a
Yeah.
dog movie, but for like,
Adults, okay.
adults. Yeah, exactly. There's like a whatever, an R-rated trailer or whatever they call it,
Yeah.
a red band trailer or whatever.
Red Band, okay.
That is out of the movie. Gives you a little bit of the
I'm with that.
storyline.
I'm with that.
It seems funny. It seems kind of like a funny concept. So we'll see. Check it out. Fingers crossed that it's good. Like I said, it's got a lot of big names attached to it, so that'd be pretty cool.
Yeah.
Fast 10.
Fast 10. This is
Power
really
family.
absurd.
Absurd,
These
man.
movies have just gotten
Power
so
It's just the
bad.
same movie over and over and over again.
Yeah, but
just
they're like
new villains.
They're to the max, dude. These movies are so out of control. They're like sci-fi movies. Now. They're so wild, and there are so many people in this movie.
Yeah.
The list of names is absurd.
They find the next they find the premier guy from Hollywood and just make him the villain in the next one. Like
It's
yeah.
absolutely wild. I've not seen the last several Fast movies, if I'm being honest. I've not
I
caught
mean,
up.
no,
You're
I
not
mean,
caught up. So
No.
I don't know.
I saw Hobbs and
don't know.
Shaw. I think I saw Fast 9.
It's odd to watch that and then not Fast and the Furious.
That even lives in its own type of like superhero.
Sure.
It's even weirder than the.
It's
than
a wild.
The,
It's
yeah,
a wild.
it's all
ride.
wild.
It's a wild ride.
Like Hobbs is in it. Like The Rock said he's not coming back, so they went and got John Cena. He's in this Fast. It's just.
it's out of control.
It's just.
It's out of control.
If you're in Hollywood, like this is what you moved to Hollywood to do.
Yeah.
Star in like a Fast and the Furious franchise.
Sure.
Movie. Like,
100%.
congrats, you made it.
Dungeons and Dragons. Honor Among Thieves.
I didn't see
Yeah.
this one.
Who knows? I don't know. I have no idea.
No,
It's tough to say. It's got some big names in it. It looks kind of like, Game of Thrones-y
Yeah.
vibes. It's probably more, family oriented than that, but it's in that space. But yeah, who knows? I have no idea. Emily just got me a Dungeons and Dragons starter kit, so I can finally start playing.
You gonna make the thing, the big board in your basement?
Maybe. Who knows? I could. I like the
should.
idea. Yeah, I'm thinking about it. Who knows? So yeah, but what's next?
Creed 3, last one.
Are you excited about Creed 3? Is this a thing? No. I don't know. I didn't see the other one, so I don't know. I didn't see Roner 2.
I'm not a big Michael B. Jordan fan, to be honest.
Okay.
Not really.
All right. Very good.
Jonathan Majors. Now, the Jonathan Majors is a great actor.
Yeah.
I'm just not a big fan.
Okay. I think Michael B. Jordan directed this one. I think this is his
this
first.
is his directorial debut.
Okay. Hard pass for you, though.
If it comes out between now and the 28th, I'll spend my money on it. If not, then
Okay.
because Black History Month.
All right.
But it's not coming out.
I don't know when it comes out.
The release date is March 3rd.
Damn.
kinda
that
close.
is- That's
Didn't
very
and it
close.
premiered a
in
week
that
ago.
It'll be in the week.
Just didn't make
It
it.
will be in the week.
It premiered a week ago in Mexico City. What event
so
is
it's out.
happening in Mexico City?
I don't know. Me and my wife, if we can get out, we'll make it a date night. We'll go see it. I mean,
To Mexico City?
yeah. Why not?
I think it's a one-way flight.
Olay.
Direct flight. All right. So that wraps up the Super Bowl trailers. Now, this episode is starting to go long. So
Yeah.
hot
We've
takes.
got five things in the news.
This will go quick. The news thing will go quick, but do you want to touch on real quick before we get out of
News
here?
roundup? What
No, not a news roundup. No. Do you want to touch on the Rihanna performance at all? Do you have any thoughts on that? You want to say anything before we get out of here and move on to news?
I mean,
I felt like that was kind of like a big deal. Everybody was a little surprised that she was coming back for the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
she
that was
obviously
awesome.
had a big reveal.
yeah, she
Was
revealed that
pregnant.
she was pregnant, which
Yeah.
is
How'd you feel about the show? Like 1 to 10, 1 being worst show ever, 10 being best show ever,
5, 6.
5, 6. I thought it was a little sleepy too.
Yeah, it was, I expected like a lot of features, like the Dr. Dre performance last year.
Yeah,
then-
I kept thinking the same thing, and they kept redoing the stage, and I was like, "Here it is."
Here's Jay-Z,
and then
here's-
they keep
And she would
Here's this
intro a
person.
song like
Yeah.
somebody was about to come out.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
and, then
And all the songs she
then-
was playing were like all these like,
With hits
obviously
with other
major
people.
hits with
Yeah.
other
Yeah.
people. So I'm like, all right, somebody's coming up soon. And they kept moving. Oh,
She's
God.
got multiple songs with like Jay-Z and Kanye West. And
Yeah.
she did all of the parts of her.
Yeah.
She did all of her parts
Yeah.
of those songs and like no.
And they brought the band out, and I was like, oh,
here we go.
And they brought the band out, Run This Town. So I was like, oh, Jay-Z's about to come. I said, I said we didn't.
I think it was okay. I'd put it around a 5 or 6 too. It was not like remarkable.
She was never, like,
she's
a
got
big
a lot
dancer.
of hits though, dude.
Oh,
You forget it's stacked.
yes. Who said it's something about I didn't want
bro.
to see. My wife was talking to somebody on the phone and they were like, I didn't want to. Who keeps up with Rihanna? I'm like, Rihanna's been out for 20 years, bro.
Yeah.
20 years.
Well, she I feel like in the music game, she like really like peaked.
Yeah.
And then was like, I'm done. And then just did
Yeah, she did really step
And then
back.
like she's like full on businesswoman now, like an entrepreneur, does like so many other things. But like she had this music career that was just like full of
full on.
hitters. Dude.
Yeah.
Like just
Banger after banger
nonstop.
after this.
And then she kind of just disappeared. And
Yeah.
but if you go back though, like she never really had a lot of misses. It wasn't like
she
what I mean?
had a lot. Like her,
So good
she
for her.
she was around, but then like around the time like Umbrella,
Mm-hmm.
after Umbrella, it was like every time Rihanna released a song,
Yeah.
it was just number one.
it was
number
like
one, number
a.
yeah, it was just one after another, and and then she just disappeared and
Started making makeup.
got
started
with
making
ASAP
makeup.
Rocky.
That's right.
And
She
makeup.
started making makeup and said, "Oh, this
she
music really
probably
sucks."
paid for this.
She made him get a job. She's a billionaire, so
She was like, "You can do
She's
whatever
Caribbean.
you
She made
want."
him work.
oh, she's definitely making him work. That's why we're drinking his whiskey on the show.
I wondered how much. So it was the Apple Music halftime show, right? Or the Apple whatever.
Yeah.
Okay. I was wondering how much Apple had to do with it. Did they produce it? Did they just
Okay.
pay money to sponsor
I
it
can
to get
answer
the
that.
interviews? Like,
So in 2019, Jay-Z signed his Rock Nation to produce the halftime shows.
okay.
So that he's the reason why they got Dr. Dre last year, that medley of artists that came with him, and then Rihanna this year. So he's like the guy. He has a partnership with the NFL now to do specifically
Got it.
the halftime show. And he has Rock Nation, which manages like any and every big name in black
So
music.
is Apple just paying for the name and the interview rights?
Yeah, I think
Okay.
so.
Yeah, that's it.
Got it.
They just like to put the name up there.
Yeah.
Sure.
All right, buddy. So we're gonna move on to news.
Yep.
News.
And I think it's a short news list.
So I
we'll move
said
through it.
5, but there's actually a few that aren't bulleted, so it all blended in. So there's actually 8.
That's fine.
2, 3,
Rapid
4,
fire.
5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah. Ant-Man, Quantumania bombs.
Oh yeah,
hearing a
I
lot
don't know
about
if you
this.
saw this.
Yeah.
I feel like most of the reviews have been relatively negative. I think it sits at like a low 50 right now, second lowest
that
rated
stinks.
film in the MCU. So not great.
We'll see it tomorrow. I'll
We
let
don't
you
need
know.
to spend tons of time on it, obviously, because it's all a little hearsay. But the reviews have not been kind.
Yeah.
So
52%.
Yeah, they're
Yeah,
saying
there
the
we go.
story was flat, but Majors and Pfeiffer's performances were awesome.
yeah.
So I don't know what that means
You'll
until I
have
see
to
it.
let us
And then
know.
next week on Monday, next week
Let the people know.
when we record, I'll give you a.
And then on that, can Marvel save Phase 5? Is the
Oh
next
yeah,
bullet
so I
point here.
added
Just a
this
quick-
in here.
Yeah.
It really felt as if, in my opinion, and we don't need to go down a rabbit hole on this, but it just feels like they have been kind of really stumbling and missing a lot of things. I feel like the shows have declined considerably, and I feel like the movies have really not been able to
Recover.
Like they just lost traction. Like they just keep kind of not hitting everything that's supposed to be like big.
Yeah.
Like the only in recent memory, I feel like the only one that's like actually probably lived up to it was Wakanda Forever. I mean,
And even that, still
really
didn't-
again stands kind of on its own. It's not really integrated into
it didn't
anything.
feel like him. It was.
Yeah.
It doesn't seem like they have a direction.
Yeah, phase 4 and 5 have felt really just, I don't know,
Yeah,
like
we're-
just kind of all over the map, all over the road.
everywhere. If the story is supposed to be multiversal stuff,
Yeah.
which the show's really implemented for us in the beginning of the pandemic with the start of Phase 4, the movies aren't reflecting that. One movie reflect that.
Yeah.
It was multiverse of madness. You would think that would then spill out to everything else, and we have not gotten that.
And you're not stoked for Guardians. All right. Next piece.
Spielberg and Tom Cruise.
What they doing?
There was a clip. You may not have seen this. The two of them were on some kind of red carpet somewhere, and somebody had like a camera, and they were kind of like filming them from the side. I don't think the two of them knew they were on camera, but Steven Spielberg had some pretty profound things to say to Tom Cruise. Interestingly enough, I have the quote there. You can read it out loud.
Yeah, quote, "You saved Hollywood's ass, and you might have saved theatrical distribution. Seriously, Maverick might have saved the entire theatrical industry."
Wow.
Pretty remarkable words, especially from like Steven Spielberg. I mean, obviously Tom
A man
Cruise.
who basically built Hollywood.
Yeah, Tom Cruise is a big deal, and there's probably some truth to it. I don't think anybody was really that excited about movies prior to Maverick.
No, there was a complete resurgence.
I do think
brought
it really-
about a
We talked,
resurgence.
man. For weeks, we were like, "Yo, it just keeps inclining."
Yeah,
And I was like, "It's inclining so much, I had to buy it because I'm like, yo, I have to see this. I have to see what people are so excited about." And it didn't miss a single notch. Like,
super solid,
yeah.
but cool moment. You should try to check the video out.
All right, cool.
Yeah, somebody like on their phone filmed it from like, again, like I said, it wasn't like an interview. Like they were just like off to the side, and you can like they put like captions on it. I think you can like kind of hear it. But anyway,
Rust plans to resume production in the spring.
Oh man, yeah. I thought for whatever reason that this movie was done or something. I thought that this was, and I was like,
I
it
kind
can't
of
ever
thought that
come out.
also.
But
That's what I
apparently-
thought. We all thought that we were on the same page because I thought they had continued production.
He's also like being charged with murder or
of
manslaughter.
one of the
Manslaughter,
crew. Yeah.
yeah. So it just seems like wild that this is
why?
somehow finding its way back into production. It's pretty wild.
Makes absolutely no sense.
Yeah, and then how is it going to fare in the box office based on all the surrounding?
I wonder if the only reason they're pressed on getting it done now is because it's gotten so much hype.
So much
that
hype,
sure.
people are going to
Sure.
want to see it based upon
The hype,
movies.
yeah.
It's the Flashpoint paradox.
Because it's kind of like an indie. It was an indie film
Right?
prior to all of
this,
this. Like I don't
yeah.
think anybody would have known really that much about it.
all this press now.
But now everybody's going to want to see it.
Yeah.
You know, it could also be like an insurance thing, like contractually,
They
like
have
they've
to
got to
finish it or
produce
something?
something. Like
People are
I
like,
don't know.
we signed these contracts. You have to
Maybe.
pay us to finish the job.
You know, I don't
Maybe.
know. I don't know. I mean, we'll see when it comes out. When does
Yeah.
it due out?
I have no idea. I mean, they're going back
probably
into production, so who
2025.
knows?
That's right. So it's probably been kicked back a few times at
Yeah,
least.
who knows?
All right.
What
No
studio?
date's been announced.
Boom.
What studio, Josh? You said it's indie, right? So it's probably anybody. It doesn't matter.
I think it was like an
Yeah.
independent production. I think there were a couple of small.
None of the production companies have Wikipedia articles, so
Yeah.
it's
Oh,
wow.
pretty small.
I think it was. I think it was pretty tiny. Yeah.
Yep.
But anyway.
John Wick is 3 hours long.
Yeah, 3 hours long for John Wick. All these movies, man, they're killing you with the run times, dude.
I already got to pee thinking about it.
Everybody's hitting you with long run times.
Always be
I don't
pissing.
think I like the concept. I know a lot of directors and producers have made the argument that the new era of television and like everybody's watching series that are 8 hours long, like all this stuff, like the longer format stuff is kind of common now.
Or just take
And
us
they're-
back to.
But they're all arguing that because of that, longer movies are warranted. Like I think everybody's trying to make longer movies now because they're trying to build the same rapport with the audience. They're thinking, how do I get the same connection that House of the Dragon gets with their audience with my movie if it can only be 90 minutes? They have 8.5 hours, 9 hours. Like, how do I do that? So they're
called
all
TV
making
shows.
They're all
That's
making
the-
their movies super long now.
At least go back to the old time format where we get an intermission. Like intermission.
Now
15
you're at the movies all day.
Just give me 15 minutes. Like,
You want it to just pop up on the screen and just say you got 15 minutes?
yeah. Intermission.
I don't know about that.
An hour and a half, intermission. I can I can re-up on my snacks. I can get my popcorn again, get a refill, go pay, and then come back and be locked in for the second half. Like you got me, like you can't expect me to sit here.
For 3 hours?
Just sitting here for an hour during the show, my leg goes numb. I gotta keep switching
Moving around.
Sometimes I gotta take a leak. Like,
I get
come
you.
on now.
I
Like,
get
come
you.
on to these long ass movies.
The only time I've ever seen the intermission thing is when they do like the multi-film experiences. You ever done one of those?
Yeah, no. I'm
Like when
familiar.
they do the
yeah.
like Lord of the Rings like day and you can get all 3 Lord of the Rings movies
Yeah,
back to
sit
back.
through the MCU from start to finish.
Yeah, pretty
No
wild.
thanks. Not doing
I've
that.
always wanted to do one of those, but I just have never. I could maybe do the Lord of the Rings one. Could not do an MCU.
Nah, too many movies now.
Harry Potter's is too long.
I could do Star Wars maybe.
I could, yeah. I wouldn't even do Star Wars.
I don't think it's that entertaining to do.
I think Lord of the Rings is the only one I could get behind. That's,
How many
9
movies
hours,
is
10
that?
hours. It's 3 movies. If you're doing the director's cut, then it's probably 12 hours
Yeah, I don't know.
total. But that's better than 7 Harry Potter movies. Anyway, moving on.
Deadpool 3.
Deadpool
Gets an
3.
R
It's
rating.
going to be R. MCU, first R-rated film.
Maybe it saves Phase 5. Maybe it saves Phase 5.
Now the question is it going to be a part of Phase 5? Because Deadpool has always been considered separate, no?
It has. Now this is
They're saying this is going to be integrated in.
Yeah.
Okay. All
Which,
right.
if any movie is going to be integrated in with multiverse stuff from Phase 5, it should be this. And I hope that this is what kind of springboards us into some mutant stuff, or it might just be a bon voyage to these characters, like over into
Yeah.
here.
Well,
So
Yeah, I don't know. Who knows if Deadpool's gonna be around after this? TBD, I guess.
And then Feige came out today with like something. One of my boys sent it to me. Feige's talking about the X-Men saga. Like, so apparently the mutants of the X-Men they're not going to be, it's not going to be, the stories won't be told like the Avengers, the Avengers franchise.
Yep.
The X-Men saga will just be X-Men. It won't be like with a crossover with Avengers. It'll just be just entirely stories about X-Men and mutants and stuff like that. So,
All right. Anything else?
Marvel scales back on shows.
that was part of what he was saying.
I think that this was just their shows just weren't hitting, and I think they were like, we got to pump the brakes on this and dial this in. I think they like opened the floodgates, thinking that everything would kind of work out, maybe, and like the quality of stuff I think declined. I feel like it really got kind of out of hand. Too much stuff out in the wild.
You're right there.
Yeah,
Struggling with this.
Really sweet.
I actually thought that this might get better.
It's too sweet.
No.
The more I drank it.
No.
And it's kind of having the opposite effect.
Yeah.
Anything else?
Last thing, John Cena.
John Cena.
What'd he do?
What do you do? You added this.
Oh, did you see the picture of him?
This was the Peacemaker news. Is that what this was?
No, so
You said Peacemaker season 3.
I know. I know what you're going for, right?
yes,
and
so
that's related here.
Apparently there's been no announcement of a second season yet, but James Gunn said Peacemaker will return. He didn't.
I thought they did announce season 2.
He early on, he said, it will be back, but this was before he became head of the studio.
Gotcha.
Now there has been no word of it, and then he pops. Then I seen a picture of him online wearing a skirt and high heels.
And you're thinking that somehow
I think this has
you
to be.
wrote, I think, Peacemaker 3 in the notes, which is why I was confused.
Correct. Peacemaker 3 is what was written in the notes.
Okay,
Oh,
that's
that was
why
an
I was
accident,
confused.
I think.
I thought 2 was like on its way, and you were saying 3 hasn't been confirmed yet.
I'm
I was
hoping
like, well,
that
that's
this is
not
actually
surprising.
something for Peacemaker.
Got you.
Unless he just has, a rather risque fashion choices.
Yeah, I mean, he does a lot of comedy. So,
Yeah, so-
I mean, 2, just so we're all on the same page here, 2 has been officially announced.
It has.
Yes, a year ago.
I thought it had been.
I thought that's what I
Yes.
thought. Okay.
February of last year. Actually,
Yeah.
February 16th last year.
Now you're saying they've not started filming it, or you're feeling as if you might not be right about this bit of information you wrote down.
No, I saw a headline saying Peacemaker has yet to be in production. Like it hasn't started yet.
In January, James Gunn said that the second season had been delayed because he
go.
was busy working on other projects. That was January 31st.
Okay. And it has with that, it has yet to
Still
start.
not. So,
Yeah.
okay. All right. Now we're caught up.
There we go.
Yep.
Now we're officially
That's
caught
it.
up. All right. Boom. That wraps it up. All right. So hard pass on the.
Sorry,
Whiskey.
ASAP. This is
ASAP, it did
great
not work
attempt,
out.
man. I tried Black History Month, bro, but this is
I think he'll be all right.
yeah, his wife's Rihanna.
All right. So episode 47.
You can take a chance on whiskey.
There it is.
Down the sweetness back.
Boom.